This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by lynda.com. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo, the show where you can ask me, Ashley Esqueda, any question you might have from the wide world of technology. Every Tuesday, we put up a call for questions on technobuffalo.com. You can leave your question in the post comments. Otherwise, send them to me at any time of the day or night on Twitter at technobuffalo or at Ashley Esqueda. Just use the hashtag AskTheBee so I can see it. Usually, I answer between 3 and 5 questions every episode, so let's get answering because this is Ask the Buffalo. Ashar Azmat on Twitter asks, hey, Techno Buffalo is amazing and has earned its YouTube subscribers. Well, thank you. Do you guys ever plan on doing an event to meet fans? This is a question we've actually been getting more and more as we get closer to 1 million subscribers, which is really exciting for us on YouTube. There's nothing definitive, but I do know for a fact that we have been discussing that as something we would really like to do, and we really like to set up one event or maybe even more next year in 2014 to meet you guys and throw a big party and have a great time. So that is definitely something we have been talking about. Josh asks, hey Ashley, what are some of your favorite apps on your phone or tablet? Which apps do you use most often? So on my phone, I have an iPhone, and every now and again I also use an HTC One. So on iPhone, I really like Tweetbot, obviously social media, big deal for me. So Tweetbot and Google Plus I use a lot on the iPhone, and then on the HTC One I use Plume. That's my Twitter app of choice for Android. I am very, very organized when it comes to my apps, and on my iPhone everything is in folders, so I use Yelp a lot. I really, really like using all of my banking apps, things for like credit cards and my bank account and everything. Like that's really great. I really enjoy games. Like games are my big thing. I love it. Right now I'm really enjoying The Wolf Among Us on my iPad mini. Probably Pocket Casts would be, I listen to a lot of podcasts. So I would say a handful of social media apps and then podcasting. Harry Newdorf 18 on Twitter says, if you could create any phone, what size would it be, the specs and details of it? This is an awesome question, and I love these sort of hypotheticals where I can kind of mix everything together. I would love the body of a Lumia, iOS as an operating system with the widgets of Android, and I would like the notification system of WebOS and the app ecosystem of iOS. It's just way too much to ask. This is crazy. I think a phone, for me, the sweet spot on screen size would be 4.5 to 5 inches of screen. I would say those things would be my perfect chimera, if you will, of phones. At TechX Central says, with phones like the Moto G, do you think other companies will produce unlocked phones with cost in mind? This is also a really good question, and I think the answer to this kind of lays where Google is going with the Nexus. So I think at first, only really hardcore Android fans knew about Nexus devices and developers. And then as we've kind of moved along into the Nexus 5, even my dad is asking me about the Nexus. And so I think it's finally starting to sort of hit the mainstream that there are great, great phones out there, whether it's mid-range like the Moto G or higher end like the Nexus 5, that are really affordable and you don't need a contract with. So I think that now we're going to start seeing these kind of mid-range to mid-high range phones released with cost in mind, because I do think that emerging markets are huge, huge competition right now between all of the phone manufacturers and OEMs. And I think we're actually going to see kind of this sort of middle ground go away, this kind of middle class phone go away, which is sort of weird. I think you're going to see the flagships get flagshipier. They're going to get crazier and crazier with specs, and maybe not more expensive, but maybe a little more expensive. Also, you're going to be seeing these sort of entry-level phones get better and better and better, but still cost very, very little, which will be super awesome for people who can't afford flagships. We got to take a minute from answering your amazing, awesome questions to thank our friends and sponsors at lynda.com. And you can learn it at lynda.com. It's an online learning company with more than 77,000 video tutorials that teach stuff like software, creative, and business skills. So membership starts at just $25 a month, and you get 24/7 access to high-quality video courses taught by expert instructors. Videos range from really quick, kind of bite-sized tutorials all the way to full-on comprehensive courses in subjects like web design, programming, photography, business, animation, and more. They add new courses every single week, and you can save, prioritize, and track progress for every single course in your queue. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, there's also a lynda.com app for members so you can learn on the go. You can try lynda.com free for 7 days by visiting lynda.com/technobuffalo. Make sure you use that link so they know we sent you. That's lynda.com/technobuffalo. That's it for this week's Ask the Buffalo. Thank you so much for watching. Give the show a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We really appreciate that. And please check us out at technobuffalo.com for all the latest and greatest tech news. Until next week, I'm Ashley Esqueda. See you guys next time. Hey guys, Ashley here. Just wanted to let you know that if you liked what you just saw, we've got 2 other shows that go live every single week. Redinger's Rants, where John totally goes nuts about issues that bug him across consumer technology, and Rumor Roundup, where he tells you all about the best rumors in the world of tech. So click the text below that says subscribe, and if you want to check out either of those shows, click right over here. See you next time. Thanks for watching.